Hey, Mike Brailsford, Brailsford Woodworks. Today I'm going to do a little bit of work on my lathe. The last turning I did, I was using the tailstock to drill out the center of my bowl, and as I was rolling it back for the last time, it locked up on me for whatever reason. So I'm going to take it apart today and see if we can get this thing freed up. Let's go. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is take the hand wheel off. Hand wheel's not doing anything right now. It's spinning on its shaft. There's only one set screw. Lock it in place. I have grooved this thing by turning it without it coming off. So we can tap it off. There we go. And there's the hand wheel. There might be some, oh yeah. Grooving on there. It's supposed to sit in this flat spot here, but it's spun right off of that. So get this straightened out. Once we get it, before I try pushing the quill through, I'm going to file this a little bit with a mild file. All you want to do is take the burrs off. Well, you can still feel where the groove is, but it's it no longer has the burr. Also, let me get my live center out. Put the knock rod in and take it out. All right, so the quill. See, there's keyways being held in right here on the back. Take that out. This must be held in with Loctite because they don't want to move. Quill into a vise. Let's see if that works, because it looks like the biggest problem, the screws don't look like they've been cross-threaded or anything, but it is jammed, so there's got to be debris in there that's holding the whole thing up. So I'm going to try to put this in my vise and see if I can get this thing loosened up. I'll be back. So I put it in my jaw stand, and boy, it didn't want to budge. But I hit it mildly with my torch, and it's just warm to the touch. It's not hot, but I just kind of hit it and warmed it up, and it has freed it up substantially. So whatever is in there definitely was welding in because of the cold. So let me get this all the way out, and then we're going to get the screw cleaned and the quill cleaned and get this thing running back at top efficiency. And you know, I have the Laguna Revo 1836, but there are not a lot of differences between this tailstock and almost any manufacturer out there. They're all going to be basically the same. Some of them, the screw that holds it in place once you have the quill in, sometimes it is what rides in the keyway slot on the quill, and others it has a keyway that, like mine, has a keyway that screws in and holds it in place. But oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here. There is some shavings though. That's a little bit worrying, but let me see if I can get this cleaned off. Now, WD-40, some people use it as a lubricant. It is not a lubricant. If anything, it's a solvent. So the screws go back in. It looks like it's about 1.5 inches or so, the threads. So I got a brush. I'm just brushing out the inside threads on the quill. Clean those out. Check out the screw itself. Clean these threads out as best I can. Just cleaning the end of my quill off a little bit. Got a little surface rust on there. I'm trying to get off, just on the very end. Get my air and try to blow out these threads. Alright, so I've got everything cleared off, and I've been working it in and out in the quill, and it's better than it was, but I'm afraid I may have to end up buying either a new screw or a new quill, or both, because it gets part way and then it starts, boy, it gets tight. But then, alright, I worked on the screw threads a little bit. All right, so I've worked and worked and worked the threads, and I think I've got it. I can screw the quill screw all the way into the quill. I think I might be forced at some point to replace either the quill screw or the quill. Could be both. There is a rough patch on there, but I'm starting to work through it a little bit. Maybe a few more times in and out might get it. But it's way better than what it was. It was locked up tight. So this is a good, I think, a good tip for myself as well as anybody, is do some maintenance on these once in a while. We just take them for granted, screw in and screw out. But eventually they can get stuff on them that will inhibit the threads. And if it binds a little bit, it can get the threads to tear a little bit, and then you start getting slivers, metal slivers in there, and that really makes it a problem. So I would say once in a while, take it apart, clean it out, lube it up with a dry lube if possible. Just a light lubricant, and put it back in. But a dry lube is your best bet. Something like a graphite, a spray-on graphite that dries, but still has its lubricating properties. A couple more times, and then I will put this back into the lathe. Alright, so the first thing will be to get the quill in, and you can see I have my keyway here, and there's a keyway slot here on the tailstock, and there's two little screw holes here. So this keyway actually is threaded, so you put the keyway into here after you've put the quill in, and then you set it with those two little screws. But first, let me clean this out a little bit and think about that. Alright, let me just run this thing in and out a few more times, and I think my repair will be done. It's not perfect, but it's certainly better than what it was, that's for sure. Oh yeah. Alright, I do believe that's that. Alright, that's going to have to do for now. Alright, so that's it. I will tell you that working in the facilities maintenance world at work, that complex systems break down, and even the not so complex systems break down. And PMs, preventive maintenance, they are what keep your head above water most times. This shows you what happens if you don't do enough preventive maintenance. That's my fault. All right. Thank you all for watching. If you like any of my content, please leave comments. Tell me what you think. Please, I would love it if you could like and subscribe my videos, and take a look at some of my other ones that you'll see posted around me. And thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.